Hey there, we've been making a lot of improvements to the PowerUI theme generator, so here's a quick demo of what you can do in PowerUI. So the first thing that you'll see is we've completely updated the UI of the theme generator. And we no longer have themes over here on the right. Themes are now saved in this dropdown, and you can select and toggle to view the themes that you've saved so far. So that's the new location of themes. Let's look at data color palettes first. So we've updated this UI as well so that you can see the color palettes better. And we've added a cool functionality that when you create a new palette, you can paste a coolers.co URL. So if we go to coolers and just grab one of these, we'll just use an example one. Actually, let's explore the trending palettes. Let's grab this one, copy the URL, and we can go back and paste it in this and just see that all of the colors updated here. So I'm going to call this palette demo, and the description, it's for a demo. So let's save that, and we see it down here, and we can instantly apply it and see how it looks on our canvas. Now, it's just a random palette that I got, so I don't think that the contrast of this blue works great. Let's update our palette by going back to coolers, maybe changing this, opening in the generator and changing this shade to something darker like this, maybe even a little more darker. Yeah, sure, that works. So we can copy this hex code here, go back to the theme generator, and replace this with that. Press enter, and you can see that our shade there changed. We click save, reapply. Now that looks a little better. So that's one of the first improvements that we can do now, is use coolers to generate palettes. That saves a lot of time. You can also add, as you saw, the name and description of a palette to help with organizing. You can increase or decrease the number of shades that are used, and fill those in to match whatever your brand palette is. So this is looking all right so far. Another enhancement that we've made is the ability to generate neutral palettes. So we do that. You click this plus button here, and the neutral palette is applied to all of the background and foreground items. It's basically everything that's not your data colors. You will use this neutral palette. So it's a continuous shade or a continuous palette of a shade. So let's use our brand color. We're going to use this color to generate our neutral palette, but our neutral palette should be desaturated. We don't want it to be too bold and dramatic, because we want it to just be the foundation for our report. The data colors are what are doing the talking in the report. So we want it to be very subtle. So we're going to adjust this. We're going to decrease the saturation of all of these. I like to go down to about 80. And you can see that we've taken a lot of the boldness out of these colors now. So let's apply this and grab this hex code now. This, since it's based on our primary brand or theme color, it's going to look really good with our neutral palette. So we'll go back and paste it here and click generate. And this is going to use the Tailwind CSS color generate to generate a neutral palette for us that's going to be applied to all of the foreground and background items. So we'll click save. These automatically come with a name, and this one is Nevada. So when we apply this, you'll notice it's very subtle, especially in light themes. Applying neutral palettes is going to be subtle unless you use bold colors, which I don't recommend because it's not as professional. Say this red, you can really tell, but it doesn't look very professional. But by default, they should be subtle palettes. You want the data colors to do the talking and not have a bold background competing with all of your data elements. So this actually looks really good, and we can test out how it's going to look in dark mode too. And I actually really like this theme. Maybe in dark mode, this brand color here, this third one, is a little, like, the contrast is there. It kind of makes it look like these are floating, but again, it's just a random palette we pulled from Cooler, so it's not actually getting used. But you can see the preview of what our theme is going to look like, and it looks, I'm liking this. So let's go back up and you can see where we've selected Public Sans as our font family. Now, typically I would recommend using Sego UI because it has the most weights and it's the default font for Power BI. But you can choose any of these fonts. Just as always, remember that if you use a custom font, that every user has to have that font installed on their machine, or they'll see a default backup font. I think it's Times New Roman in Power BI in the online service. So let's just use Sego UI for this theme, and then we'll jump over to these stylings. So the background styles control how the visuals and the canvas background compare. So you'll have, by default, they match. There's some subtle contrast here where it's the visual backgrounds are lighter than the canvas. This is inversed in dark mode, so there's that. And then you have basically the inversed contrast. So some options here for styling the report. I really like subtle contrast because it kind of lifts the visuals off of the page a little bit and adds just nice contrast to the background. Now moving on, we have our visual borders, so we can toggle these on and off. This actually uses a cool trick in Power BI because you can't actually have rounded corners unless you let's go to Power BI. So if I go to the visualizations pane and go to effects, so if I turn off visual borders and applied a different color to the canvas background, there would be no border here. So to get around that, we have let me just change this back. So actually, when you toggle show visual borders in the theme file, this is actually setting the border of the visuals, of all visuals, equal to the visual background. So it appears like there's no border, but technically in Power BI there's still a visual border. It's just been made the same shade as the visual background. So let's leave those on. These are also kind of subtle changes to the border styles, but these options determine the border radius. So none is probably the most professional, but if you want to get more playful, you can see that basically the larger border radius is a little more playful, I guess is the way I would put that. But I tend to keep it at 4 or 8 for a professional context. And yeah, so this theme is looking nice. We can press this button to save the theme. We'll get a notification down here that it's been saved. And if we open up the saved themes, we'll see we have new theme right here. So let's edit these details. We'll call this demo theme, and we'll say for the demo. We'll update that. Confirmation that it's been updated, and now we can see that it's here. So now we can toggle between the themes that we've created and see them in real time. You'll see that this is the theme we just made, and this is another theme. Let's download this theme. We just click it and we click download theme. There we go, demo theme. So let's go over to Power BI and see how this looks. So to import it, we'll click up here, browse for themes, and demo theme.json. And you can see that everything matches 1-to-1. So because the theme generator uses obviously Power BI theme files, and it's customized exactly to what you specify in the theme generator, all of the colors. So you can see that our visual backgrounds have are a different shade than the canvas background. Our visual borders are what we set. And we've made this a dark theme, but if we just wanted to see what a light theme would look like, we don't even have to save this theme. We can download this. It'll download whatever is currently visible on the preview, come back and apply that theme. We can see how it is in light mode. Again, all of the foreground and background items are updated. You can see all of this stuff is just, it's seamless with the theme generator, all the tables. It's been customized and just made super simple for applying themes and just iterating quick on how you want your design to look. So if we like this more, then we can come up to the Save Themes and click Save Current Configuration. That will update the this theme to basically, this will update the theme to whatever you see in the current configuration. So now if we cycle through our themes and come back to the demo theme, we see it's light mode. So it's super simple to create your themes and customize them, save them, download them. So this is what's been what the updates are for this month. There's going to be a lot more. But yeah, drop in the comments if you want to see something in particular from the theme generator. If you have any questions or just want to know more, let me know. Thank you.